You know what the bait and switch is? Nobody's heard of the bait and switch.
Yeah, they say one thing and then they give you something else. It's in the old adage from selling. You say, well, I'm gonna give you this Porsche, but when you show up, it's a Pinto. That's a bait and switch.
Yeah. So if there's a movie Straw Man, or no, what's it called? Matchstick Men. And in Matchstick Men, the bait and switch is done with a bit of a long con that goes along to make the story pad out a little bit. But ultimately speaking, they've got a suitcase full of money, and they show the guy the suitcase full of money, thumbs through the money and checks it all. It's all there. It's real money. And they've actually got a second suitcase behind them once they've got their exchange done and they've got their foreign exchange money, different currency from him. They cause a commotion. He's distracted for half a second. They swap the cases out. And then what he's walking off with is a load of paper, with only the top of the paper an actual bill, in case he has a cursory glance after the fact. So you baited them in with a seemingly good deal. In this instance, a seemingly educated person when talking about what happens in our reality with our horizon that's horizontal, not a single point in a geometric maths. So when they're telling you about how they know about refraction, often you'll be able to check it out and it'll work and it'll all seem legit. But ultimately speaking, there's got to be a point where they swap the briefcase out from all of their educated talk about the foreign currency, or in this case, actual effects of refraction, for their bullshit version. A geometric version of refraction, terrestrial refraction, not refraction, maths. And once they've swindled that in without you noticing, caused a little distraction, then from there on in, you're talking about the maths of their bending light, which it doesn't seem to do. It's always travelling in a straight line, but based on them just deciding that it does do that. So that's their version of a bait and switch. Well, to do that, you've got to be a reasonably educated con man. And then when's the right moment to substitute what I'm talking about in terms of what we see in terms of the reality we are faced with this side-on model and the maths that it employs? They've got to know the right moment to swindle their opponent. And their opponent on this platform is not their target, the audience is. Swindling you, the person listening to me right now. Swindling you and you not noticing when they substitute an R-based refraction, assuming something they don't have anymore, a physical geometry with straight lines being drawn to physical obstructions that are blocking things and bending at altitude. When they don't have that, and they're swindling in something that makes it seem like they know what they're talking about with refraction, but aren't they using a model and maths? Well, know that you're being conned and know that the person conning you is a very, very skilled con man. And that's who we deal with here. We're dealing with the elite of con men. And they're trying to con the people who are the most savvy, us. The people who are really looking out for. I'm not saying we're smarter than anybody else watching, but when you do it for 3 or 4 years, you really hone in on where they're trying to swindle you, and you're looking for the briefcase switch. That's what we're doing. We're keeping our eyes open for when they switch the briefcase, so we can catch them red-handed. Go, ha ha ha! No, we're no longer talking about your very good knowledge about atmospheric conditions. We're now talking about R. Where have we got that from? You haven't even got a straight line drawn to it in your model anymore. You've got a donkey dick. And telling us we never see it.
Oh man, you're blowing up the trick though, man. We're not supposed to look inside the suitcase with the 76R. We're supposed to just ignore it
Yeah, we're supposed to
and think
walk off.
it's the other suitcase. We're not supposed to actually look inside though to see the trick.
Exactly. Supposed to have the case swindle, hold on to the case, and then walk off into the sunset holding a case that we think is full of atmospheric conditions. And it isn't. It's full of geometry.
Yep. Strikes me crazy that in order to save their R value, they have to literally apply math that changes the R value that they're trying to save. It's
Well,
a little
it's
weird.
dig in their own grave, Chocolate. I'm more than happy for this to happen. It's great.
What I'm trying to say in that previous preset is that they don't have an R value.
Correct.
They're lying It's like I'm looking up a meaning of red herring, and I'm trying to apply it to what I said earlier. So, this little description of a red herring. In fiction and nonfiction, a red herring may be intentionally used by the writer to plant a false clue that leads readers, audiences towards a false conclusion. So, when I said earlier that Jedi mind trick that Chocolate likes to use is that without atmosphere, you would be able to see the geometric horizon. That is the red herring. They want you to believe that it would actually be there if there was no atmosphere. But that is such a lie. That's because that can never be produced. So now you just got to trust them. So it's no longer geometric.
Not only does
Can't
it,
be measurable.
right, and not only that, right? It doesn't seem logical that that would even be the case, even if given what they say. The atmosphere would obscure what you're seeing, right? They're saying the removal of the atmosphere would condense the geometric horizon back from beyond 9 miles to 1.3 miles.
No. You guys are just caught up on the current
Are you
lie.
kidding?
What's happening here, 10th, is you're caught up on the Jedi mind trick, and literally it is a hand wave to something that you know is blatantly obvious. In other words, if you were that stormtrooper, you'd have, metaphorically speaking, both of them on the end of your bayonet when he waved his hand in front of them. These aren't the droids you're looking for. This isn't the horizon you're looking for. It's not physical. We only ever see a geometric horizon if there's no atmosphere. You go, oh, wow. What was it you said that boat went over again? What did you say was blocking the bottom of the Isle of Man again? What do you mean we don't see one with atmosphere? You've been telling us for 4 straight years that it's blocking shit in the distance. What the bloody hell are you babbling about? You've been telling us non-stop just how physical and geometric it is. Do I need to dig out a few examples where you've told me and shown me in the geometric maths just how many feet and inches of stuff is supposed to be blocked by the physicality of your horizon you claim it is? But now wave your hand and say we never see a geometric horizon. Yeah, you've been telling us a bloke to go over it, you spastic. Yeah, you've been telling us it's physical, I assure you. We spent about a year on this image on screen, coincidentally, right now, with you telling us just how much of that physical horizon was blocking the bottom of this island. So what you think your hand wave's going to make me forget just how many hours we spent in front of that geometric maths, with you telling us how much physicality was blocking this bloody island? I'm not, what's the word? Thick. Yeah, I haven't got short-term memory loss. I haven't just forgotten how much time we spent arguing about just how much geometry is blocking stuff in the distance. I'm not just going to forget that. And I assure you that the mainstream rhetoric that they punt won't forget it either. They're not suddenly going to stop saying boats go over the physical geometry of a horizon just because morons down here say, with a hand wave, we never see the horizon. Oh yeah? Well, I've got plenty of examples of you telling me just how physical it is, and how many boats are going over it, and just how much, in mathematical terms, we can qualify how much bloody obstruction of it we've got. He even said it in that little trimmed out clip I made. Right at the beginning of the clip, well, there's oodles of stuff being blocked by the horizon. At the beginning of the conversation. At the end of the conversation, we never see a geometric... Yeah, we didn't forget the beginning of this bloody conversation, morons. Yeah, you're supposed to be fighting for just how bloody physical it is. Twat brains, none of you have got a clue how screwed you are. While you hand wave and think we're going to forget 4 years of debate about how physical the horizon is. On screen again now. Where's the beach? According to you, fundy muppets, blocked behind a physical horizon that we never see with a hand wave. Apparently, this isn't a physical horizon. No, it's not blocking the beach. We've got atmosphere. No straight lines can be drawn for the mathematics to Mockhold Lighthouse. Hold on, why did we spend a year with you telling us about the straight line geometry you're going to draw then? What was that all about? We haven't forgotten, we're not moronic. You think the hand wave and your Jedi mind trick's going to make us forget about the physicality you've been claiming all this time? You're very much mistaken. And I assure you the mainstream's not backing your bullshit either. They're not suddenly relinquishing the idea that we've got a physical geometric horizon for a sphere edge that boats can go over. And the 4 years of debate preceding your Jedi mind trick would also agree that you think it's physical. It's not. That's why you're all telling us how non-physical it is right now with a hand wave and a Jedi mind trick and a no atmosphere circumstance to see this blockage of the beach of the Isle of Man. What was that all about then? You fucking idiots. Why were you telling us about blockage of physical horizons for the Isle of Man debate? Why have we made this model? You should have told us all along that you didn't have a physical geometric horizon. The whole thing was a waste of time. Why did we debate about the Isle of Man? Should have told that you can't draw straight lines. Donkey dick tangent lines. Oh, right, if we'd have known that, we wouldn't have made this model. Would we?
I am loving the new Muppet Vision. Donkey Dick Tangent Line.
Wait, is that from the picture that Tip Man put in the Skype? What do you call it? Is that the one you're talking about?
I'm dying over here. This is so eerily similar to denying Coriolis.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!